This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Coming up, meet some local high school students using their time at home to help those on the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic. Happy Friday, everyone. I'm Ken Kara. I'm excited to share that story I just mentioned with you, but first, some local information from SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. 4 new COVID-19 deaths and 30 new cases were reported by the State Department of Health for Luzerne County on Friday. Today, the Standard Speaker had an article where the State Department of Health confirmed that Hazleton has the highest concentration of COVID-19 cases in the state. No new deaths were reported in Carbon or Schuylkill County on Friday. In other news, West Hazleton has lifted its curfew for residents there. Hazel Township modified their curfew through May 8th. People can't be on public streets or in public places from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. In Hazleton, the curfew is from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. until May 11th. Governor Tom Wolf announced 24 counties will move to the yellow phase of reopening on May 8th. The yellow phase means caution must still be used and some restrictions are still in place. Some of the factors for reopening include reported number of COVID-19 cases per population of an area, ICU and bed capacity in hospitals, plus the area's ability to test for the virus.
Pennsylvanians living in a county that has been moved to the yellow category should continue to strongly consider the impact of their actions. Likewise, Pennsylvanians living in a county that will continue to be under a stay-at-home order can make choices that will lead to fewer cases and a faster move to lifted restrictions. We know how this virus is transmitted, and we know that social distancing works. The fewer contacts between residents, the fewer opportunities for the virus to be transmitted, and the faster restrictions are going to be lifted. We're already looking at other counties to move from red to yellow categories. In particular, we have our eyes on the counties in the Southwest and a few in the South Central region that have lower new case rates, but where we still have a few concerns. We're going to be reopening facilities in these counties as quickly as we can, but we want to maintain public safety. As I've said before, the easing of restrictions depends on all of us working together to lower our new case rate.
Little League International has decided to cancel the 2020 Little League World Series in South Williamsport, but the organization's president and CEO says once it's safe, local Little Leagues can still play ball and even hold district and state tournaments.
We're hopeful that you will all attempt to do that so that the millions of kids who are confined to home and are isolated and are frustrated and disappointed will have a 2020 Little League season. Unfortunately, that season will not conclude with regional and World Series tournaments.
And now here's my hashtag Look for the Good story of the week about 3 Hazleton area high school students who are forming their own nonprofit and helping healthcare workers and essential workers in our community during the pandemic. We'll also hear from Miss Greater Hazleton, Sydney Powell, who is doing her part as well.
I saw a YouTube video by celebrity Sean Liu where he was making care packages along with his friends and local businesses for his local hospital, and I thought that'd be amazing for our community since Hazleton is a hotspot for COVID-19 in Luzerne County. And then I contacted Destiny, who got Danny involved, and we made a video, put it on our Instagram, asking everybody in our community to please help out and donate because it's really important. And then Enette and Sydney also came together, and this is how the Sean Liu project came together.
Very good. Destiny, why did you think this was important to get involved in?
I think it was incredibly important because all my life I've always wanted to help out the community, and especially now during these times where doctors and nurses are risking their lives to save people who are having coronavirus and stuff. They deserve appreciation, and that they're not getting as much appreciation as they deserve.
And Danny?
I think that this is very important because I think, as Destiny just said, this is very important to give the recognition to the essential and healthcare workers who do not get much recognition for putting their lives at risk every day by putting themselves on the front line to help us and others who are in need.
All right, and Enith, what is your role? Just facilitating this and keeping this going for the students?
Yes, Janine, they come up with this initiative, and I'm so grateful that they made me part of it. As a mental health worker, I usually worry about people's mental health through this crisis and how to better cope with what we're going through. And all of the empathy and all the energy these kids had and the frustration from being home and not being able to do something. Some of them is their senior year, and they should be worrying about prom. They should be worrying about what to wear and graduation and all of that, but instead they're worrying about what is going on right now. And I feel like this was a great way for them to cope with all that, all those emotions. They wanted to do something. It was something great going on, big going on out there, bad going on. They wanted it to just make something great out of it. So they use all that energy to do something good for the community on their senior year. And I think it's beautiful, Janine. And I'm just honored that they made me part of it and that they're helping me. They're letting me help them. So that's awesome. Thank you.
Yes. And Miss Grader Hazelton, how did you get involved with this?
Yes, so I was actually creating a COVID-19 video of my own to post on my own video series, and I had reached out to Anith to provide me with some mental health tips that I could give to the community. And when we were talking, she talked about the Sean Liu Project with me, and I was just so excited to potentially get on board. I think now more than ever, what our community needs is positivity and getting that help out to people who need it most, and being able to recognize and appreciate the healthcare workers and essential workers who are on the front lines just risking their lives to save the lives of others every day. So I'm just so honored to be a part of this project, and I cannot wait to see where it goes in the future, because I really think it's going to have a profound impact on our Hazelton community.
In closing, Meralis, what are you hoping to get out of this initiative with your friends and with your community?
I'm hoping that we could bring the community together, because I know like COVID-19 is bringing fear to everyone. And due to the fear and the panic, everybody's hiding away. And we should be social distancing, but we shouldn't be like not helping our community, because there are people out here working in the front lines and people in our community that do have COVID-19. We should be trying to bring relief and support to everyone during these times and be united instead of divided.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
This weekend is looking warm, so let's waste no time and get to our forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, a 30% chance of showers, mainly before 8 p.m., mostly cloudy, low of 42 degrees. Saturday is mostly sunny with a high of 63, and then at night, a 20% chance of showers after 2 a.m., mostly cloudy with a low of 49 degrees. Sunday, a 20% chance of showers, mostly cloudy, highs in the mid-60s. A 20% chance of showers on Sunday night, partly cloudy, low of 46. Monday is mostly sunny with a high of 58. Monday night, partly cloudy, low of 37 degrees. On Tuesday, it's mostly sunny with highs in the mid-50s, and then Tuesday night, mostly cloudy with a low of 38 degrees. Coming up next week on SSPTV News, part of my interview with Hazelton's own Joe Madden. There's more to this edition of SSPTV News after this. SSPTV News would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of the following: Nancy Mace, 95 of Hazelton. A funeral service will be announced at a later date. The Crop and Hughes Funeral Home in Hazelton is handling arrangements. You can send condolences at khfuneralhomes.com. Betty L. Hetherington, 85 of Ringtown. Services are private. The Orovitz Funeral Home in Shenandoah is handling arrangements. You can make condolences at orivitzhomeforfunerals.com. Frank S. Gronsky, 90 of Hazelton. Services are private. Jose L. Pacheco of Hazel Township. Services will be held at a later date. The Joseph B. Conahan Funeral Home in Hazelton is assisting the family. You could send condolences at conahanfuneralhome.com. Today's social news was brought to you by Harmon Funeral Homes and Crematory. For information, call 570-788-0977 or go to harmonfuneral.com.